Now. Also, Marshall's longtime representative, Rocky Arsenault, is here. And now to the matter at hand. Turn your attention up to the rafters. Between the two NFC championship banners representing the Rams' 2 trips to the Super Bowl, and of course Marshall was part of both of those teams, up in those rafters, number 28 will hang forever. Please unveil it. Marshall, I was worried for a second that they wouldn't straighten it out, but there you go. It looks great up there. Ladies and gentlemen, Marshall Faulk.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'd like to start by just thanking God, because I mean, if it wasn't for him, it wouldn't be possible. Thank Bob for the great introduction. I'd also like to thank the Rams organization for bringing me here to show me what a great city this is and allowing me the opportunity to play in front of you great fans. Ms. Frontieri, Stan Kroenke, John and Jay, I really want to take my hat off to them for making it possible. I'd like to thank my teammates. I'd like to thank my teammates because my jersey hanging in the rafters, not just because of me, but because of, it takes 11 guys on one side of the ball and another 11 on the other side of the ball to make what we did here special. And although my jersey hang up there, every one of those guys that played on every team that I played on, they share this with me. I'd like to thank my family for supporting me, being there for me, keeping me grounded, reminding me that I was their little brother. My mom reminded me that I was gonna always be her son. And last but not least, I'd like to thank you, the fan. I'd like to thank you, the fan, because you made this place home for me and the rest of my teammates. You made it a great place to play. You made it a great atmosphere. You made every game feel like a playoff game, and you made the playoff games feel like the Super Bowl. So thank you. I appreciate this. This honor is special to me, and I'm always remember it. Thank you.
So go figure, Marshall held it together and showed grace and class and composure under pressure. 2-8 will never be worn by anybody else here in St. Louis ever again. The Steelers lead the Rams by only a touchdown. The second half coming up next.
Thank you for watching the Wendy's Halftime Show. Burgers always made to order, so they're hot and juicy. Wendy's, that's right.
Rams right here on NFL Network. Allah.
This is a special presentation of NFL Network.
The Rams know a little something about football. But like the Mississippi, they rise and fall.
Farrell gets it, he goes down! Holy smoke!
See, Mike T is likely wise beyond his years to rise among his peers while vying to steer 75 years of a terrible tower wave and still a nation paved in black and gold streets back to the bold seat of Super Bowl supremacy.
In this, their 70th year, man, they've been singing the blues like the music made in their hometown of St. Louis.
See, the game's scary with James Ferrier in the picture, posing with Hagans and Harrison, who won't hesitate to hit you. Larry is likely to put foot in that AstroTurf. Pass won't work when the secondary superior. Townsend and Taylor make players feel inferior.
Now, Steven been keeping them breathing, even when they're sketchy. Like the gateway to the West, no matter the season, he remains steady.
Y'all know what time it is. Big Ben throwing with maturity and confidence, with helpings of Heath Miller and damaging throws to the stealthy deep thriller Santonio Holmes. Hines Ward defines heart. Pass catcher block, that cat has heart. This is Pittsburgh, where beatdowns are prominent and defense is dominant.
On one toss from Tom Brady to Randy Moss. It gave the Patriots the lead. It gave Brady and Moss the records. After the game, Tom Brady with our Sal Palantonio.
Tom, what does 16-0 mean to you finally to get it?
Well, it's been a challenging season, and playing the Giants here on the road in a very tough environment, and being down as many as we were in the third quarter, I thought it was the team showed a lot of heart and character coming back and making the plays when we needed to.
So Randy Moss streaking down the sideline. You had the game winner in your hand and the record breaker in your hand. What were you thinking when you let that ball go?
I knew he had that one. Sometimes you let it go and you know he had it. And he tracked it down, and he's so dangerous down the field. Anytime he gets by the secondary guys, and I had him on a play before and didn't quite get it out there for him. So he made a great catch, and with all the significance of it, especially putting us up in the game, that was great.
What will it take to get this team regrouped for the playoffs?
Well, we just got to play better. I mean, there's no magic to it. You got to prepare hard and put the work in during the week, and then hopefully come out and perform under pressure in the biggest games when they mean the most. And hopefully this team's ready to do that. We'll see. It's well done is better than well said.
All right, Sal. Tom, thank you so much. And Brady's 50 touchdown passes, now the new record. They're the other four that eclipsed the 40 mark. Peyton Manning had held the record that Dan Marino had held for 20 years before that. Marino, a couple years after his record-breaking year at 84, had another one. And Kurt Warner on this list, the only one to win the Super Bowl. So Tom Brady trying to make that 2 checks on the list of 40 or more rather than just one. Today in Chicago, it is 7-8 New Orleans at 6-9 at 7-8 New Orleans at 6-9 Chicago, with the Bears long gone from defending their NFC title, coach, and the Saints long gone from defending their NFC South crown. They can still get in the playoffs though, but need Santa's help in the form of a Redskins and a Vikings loss. Then, touchdown!
I'm proud to be the first African American to win this. It means an awful lot to our country.
The champions of the football world are the Indianapolis Colts.
Bronco defensive back Darren Williams was shot and killed while riding in a limousine.
You never know why God takes somebody, but
They got somebody very special in there.
Brett Favre is coming back to give it one more try. The future Hall of Famer saying today he will return for a 17th season in the NFL.
Tragedy has struck the Denver Broncos for the second time in less than 2 months. Running back Damian Nash collapsed and died after a charity basketball game.
Titans cornerback Adam Pac-Man Jones has been suspended for the entire upcoming 2007 season.
The Oakland Raiders select quarterback Jamarcus Russell. The Miami Dolphins select Ted Ginn.
Police conducted a drug investigation raid at a house owned by Michael Vick, who found dozens of neglected dogs.
Regardless of what I go through, people gonna love me, man.
In the end, will you be exonerated?
Man, no comment.
Authorities in Louisiana have found the body of Patriots lineman Marquise Hill. This after a jet ski accident on Lake Pontchartrain.
Bill Walsh, longtime coach of the San Francisco 49ers, has died at the age of 75, losing his battle with leukemia.
Coach, we love you, and we're going to miss you.
I doubted I would ever have the chance to stand before you today. And at that moment, a voice came over me, and it said, to look up, get up, and don't ever give up, give up, give up.
This could be the year. This could be the moment you've been waiting your whole life to show the world the cards you're holding.
We're just about ready. 2007 is underway.
Hours after their season opener on Sunday, Everett underwent surgery after sustaining a cervical spine injury during a special teams play.
I told Kevin that the chances for a full neurologic recovery were bleak.
The Patriots cameraman apparently focusing on Jets coaches as they gave signals.
I think the Patriots actually live by the saying, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
The whole situation is behind us, and we're moving on.
Once again, I offer my deepest apologies to everyone. I will redeem myself. I have to.
Terrible situation in Southern California. Wildfires raging up and down the state.
Anytime you can entertain people, it's always going to take their mind off of what's going on. That's what we want to do.
Caught by Cromartie under the goalpost. He's going to try to pull a Devin Hester. Here he comes. Cromartie to the house. Unbelievable.
And there it is, 296 yards for Adrian Peterson, the greatest rushing performance in history.
Redskins safety Sean Taylor died this morning, one day after being gunned down in his Miami home.
Thought when he came to the Redskins, I was his guardian angel. And the way events went, he turned out to be one of mine.
Hold your head up high and touch the sky, 'cause yeah, you know this is everything, everything. Take your shot, it's all you.
Perhaps the year's best story, Kevin Everett back in Buffalo to watch his teammates play football.
Very difficult to leave Atlanta.
It's a selfish act. He quit on us.
Down the left sideline, got a man out there over the center. Touchdown! Brett Favre, all-time leading touchdown passer. No one has ever passed for more yards in NFL history than the legendary quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. Tom Brady right on the button. Touchdown! What a spectacular touchdown! Randy Moss, touchdown, Patriots. Touchdown!
Brady, he's going to throw it down the field. Caught for a touchdown.
They are unbelievable. 65-yard bomb. Brady to Moss. And for the first time in the 88-year history of the National Football League, a team has gone 16-0.
A lot of stuff in there, a lot of great and a lot of really sad. But as we look back at 2007, Tom, we've sat and watched 21 of these together. What sticks out most in your mind? The images?
I think collectively the body of work that Brett Favre put together, topped off by this kind of season when I didn't think he had it anywhere. He became clearly the most prolific passer in the history of this wonderful game that we've watched.
And Tom, I echoed the sentiments exactly. I had a chance to see the overtime victory that Brett Favre threw the bomb to Greg Jennings in Denver. And to watch that ball leave his hand and watch Jennings run underneath it was just amazing. I knew the game was over right then and there. It was just amazing just to see it happen up close and personal.
Well, a lot of good football memories, but I tell you, the one thing I remember is about life. And, you know, we saw a kid almost lose his life early in the year, and he walked in to the Bill Stadium a couple weeks ago. That's Kevin Everett. To me, that's the greatest story in the world, that he is going to be okay.
Right.
Well, for me, it's the fact that I'm even sitting here with you guys. Instead of playing down there with the Carolina Panthers and taking aspirin after every single game. So I'm pretty happy that I'm sitting here, but I shouldn't be.
Now, you take some after these shows.
A couple.
Well, we're glad you joined us. You know, obviously the Patriots and the Colts winning, but I think of Coach Bill Walsh and the loss that we all suffered, and how great was he in that an offense that we first saw come in the league in the early 80s, when run right. Not everybody runs it right. When run right, still very hard to stop 25 years later. Just a little aside, 32 years, wouldn't you think we'd have one kick return for a touchdown? And the Bucs finally did it. They finally got their first kickoff return. And there's one other play, which I know you guys all agree with. Brian Westbrook.
Great. Oh, yeah.
One other play that we have to show you.
Why you got to show this?
And because he kept the clock going, and it's interesting, he's 1 yard shy with 2005 of the all-time total yard mark of the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll get that today. That was Wilbur Montgomery, and how unselfish was Brian Westbrook? We don't see that very
Great player.
I would have scored.
Yeah.
Right? Well, no.
Yeah, thank you.
Give him the nod. And by the way, Westbrook, this is a list. You like this list? He's going to lead his team in rushing and receiving. Only guys that have ever done that: Frank Gifford, for 3 consecutive years. Frank Gifford, Chuck Foreman, Lydell Mitchell, James Wilder, Walter Payton, and now Brian Westbrook. Witten can be the first tight end in a long time to lead the NFC in catches. That would be Charlie Young and the 74 Eagles. And Cromartie with 10 picks can be the first Charger ever, including the AFL, to lead the league in interceptions. And he didn't begin the year as a
At one point, they were down by 18 points. Now up by 1. Big play coming here. 3rd down and 6 as they try to convert. If they do, they put the Jaguars in a very tough spot, having to use their timeouts. If they don't, plenty of time for the Jags. 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning.
He's either going to get rid of the ball quickly here to one of his 5 receivers or run a quarterback draw. Yep, there it is.
And right now he's going to run to the left side, turn it back upfield, but be stopped well shy of the first down up at the 28-yard line. Sammy Knight comes in to make the stop.
Well, I knew they had organized runs for Ben, and that would be the situation there where you want that safe play, but you also want to get the first down.
And Jacksonville will take a timeout. So they have 1 remaining plus the 2-minute warning with 2:50 left.
Ben